Okay, we can start the recording.
It started.
All right. Uh, Last week, if you remember, we were discussing about my screen is visible, right? You can see my screen, all of you.
Yes, sir, visible screen.
Okay. So last week, if you remember, we were discussing about group, right? So group dynamics, group and team dynamics, basically. And why this is important to understand in organizational point of view is, as you know, we had discussed a couple of times, like in presence of others. That means once you join a group or once you are in a group, you are in a public place, something like that. So others' behavior, others' presence, right? That start influencing your behavior, right? For example, if somebody suddenly comes at your workplace, probably you do not like that person, so you become very cautious, right? What to say, what not to say. Probably if your best friend or best colleague, with whom you have a rapport, he comes to your workplace, you can start smiling, you can start laughing, right, cracking jokes. So you change your modify your behavior, right, as per the expectations of the other member. So that is why group dynamics is very important to understand. And with this, we started a discussion about group. What is group is everybody knows, like this is nothing but a kind of assemblage of people. So if there is more than one person is there, so they form a group, right? Now, group can be formed consciously by the management, by the administration, or there might be informal groups as well, right? And we discussed that group is foundation of any organization, right? Like we have pillars. So group are kind of foundations for every organization, right? And if theoretically if we go, so what are the different characteristics of groups? So group might, there might be different group in a particular organization. They can vary size wise. They have different goal, norms, structure, roles, and interactions. And of course, a group gives you collective identity, right? Now, as per the research, uh, what is it revealed from the research is like, though group might be of different size, but ideally, uh, you should not form a kind of bigger group, right? So even if you have a bigger group for the purpose, organizational purpose, for the operational purpose, so you should subdivide it. The reason being the ideal size of any group should be or team should not be more than 15 to 20 members, right? This is what is as per the experts' opinion, what they have observed. What happens now? Once you others, persons start joining that particular group, so there would be a kind of, a stage from where the group performance will deteriorate, right? For example, suppose you are working, you are doing some job, and for this particular task, 5 members would be required. Now, what happens if I give you, 5 members? Probably you would or your team would, do the work properly. But the moment I add more and more number of people, what would be there? There would be a kind of psychological impact. Okay, already we are excess, so probably he'll do the job. He will think that he will do the job. So at the end of the day, nobody will do the job. So what is happening here? This is wastage of resources, wastage of time, wastage of resources, wastage of money, right? So ideally, you should not be, uh, forming a group which is more than 15 to 20 people, right? So that is what is the characteristics of group. Now, yeah, quickly, just what is the difference between group and team? Did we discuss? I don't know. I can't remember. So if we can come up, what's the difference between group and team? Why do you call, you know, football team, not football group, or cricket team, not cricket group? So what's the basic difference? Yes, anybody? What's the basic difference, group and team?
In group there are like individual hierarchy, and in team it's a group effort. It's like
Hmm. Any other response? So basically, if we go by the logic, right? Uh, you see, if in a particular bowl, right, if you put water, so what happens? So water would be intact, right? If you freeze this particular water, the same water, but they would be more intact. But if you boil this water, the same ingredients, same components would be there H2O, right? But they will be far from each other, the atoms of water. So they would be far from each other. So this is what it happens in group and team, right? Like you can see team is more like a kind of ice. I mean to say they're more intact. They share common goal. They have more understanding, right? They members are basically interdependent, not independent, interdependent, right? You see in any cricket match, any football match. So everyone is interdependent. The moment a bowler is bowling, right, throwing the ball. So what is that? What happens? He is automatically dependent on the fielders, right? Each and every catch he'll not, every ball he'll not be able to catch. So automatically he is dependent on others. So all members are interdependent, right? But in case of group, what happens? There is not much mutual understanding for the sake of probably doing any job or any task or for any other reason, probably they have made a kind of group, but they are there, but probably they're not creating much impact, right? So that is what is group. So members are basically independent in group, right? All right. So from organizational point of view, if this is clear to you, from organizational point of view, uh, there might be two kinds of group. One is definitely formal group and another one is informal group. So what is formal group and informal group? So basic difference is, formal group, they are consciously created. For example, uh, you are, you have joined this particular meeting, right? The reason being, it has been consciously created by the, I mean to say the coordinators, by the management, by the authority, right? Those who are running this session, right? Here you do not have any choice. You cannot say that I'll join this particular group. So what happened? You have decided to pursue BBA, right? So there is a subject, organizational behavior. So these are the student, right? So for the learning purpose, you have been assigned to this particular group. You cannot join other teacher class and you cannot say that I'll learn, organizational behavior. The reason being it doesn't make any sense if the other teacher is teaching economics. So how would you, learn about organizational behavior, right? So this is a kind of formal group. You are in a formal group setting right now. Even me, right? Our role is different, might be different, but we have been formally, consciously, for a purpose, officially, we have been, in a assigned in a particular group, right? And there is a name that has been given, organizational behavior lecture or organizational behavior group, something like that. So this is formal group. Informal group, what happens, for example, out of these discussions, probably any two of you may become friend, based on your mutual understanding, based on your mutual, I mean to say, interest, right? So that is informal. So in organizational setting, if I talk about formal group, right, there might be some self-directed teams, quality circle teams, right? Committee, we heard about, we come across about these things, this committee, that committee, right? For example, in your organization, there could be standing committee, advisory committee, those will give advice on different matters. Audit committee, those tasks would be, you know, uh, running internal audit, probably conducting internal audit, right? Grievance committee might be there. For example, if you have any complaints, so each and every time your manager will know, probably uh, will not be able to give the solution, right? So in that case, he might refer the case to the grievance committee, right? There might be ad hoc committee as well, which are, uh, I mean to say, not uh, permanent in nature, right? For a purpose which are created ad hoc. That is why the name is ad hoc. So once this purpose is solved, the committee is disbursed, right? So this kind of committees could be there. Task force is another kind of group, which is again formally created, consciously created, right? For any government investigation, right? Any if any, I mean to say, if anything happened, right? Any grave situation occurs, right? Any unfortunate situation happens. So in that case, uh, the state government or the central government, they can form a task force for the investigation, right? So again, these are kind of formal groups. The group members also are selected consciously based on their strength, right? If management or your manager, they think that you have strength in this particular domain, so definitely will be chosen to be a part of this particular group, right? Now, what is the main purpose? The main purpose is that is to to uh, create a kind of synergy effect. Do you know about synergy? What is it, synergy? Anybody?
No, sir.
Anyone know synergy effect?
No, sir.
Synergy effect is basically, so this is you and this is your friend, right? Or your colleague. So this is your colleague, this is you. So what happened? You alone, you can finish, or you can, for example, you are doing any manual job, right? So you can make two chairs, you can make two chairs in 1 hour, right? And again, your friend also independently, separately, he can make two chairs in 1 hour, right? So basically, what is happening? Both of you, if you work independently, separately, you are consuming 2 hours, both of you together, and you are making four chairs, right? But what if, for testing purpose, what I did, I told both of you to come together and work jointly, right? And work jointly. So you have started working, you're helping each other, right? And what is the effect? So this is pre-effect. And what is the effect? Now, in 2 hours, you have made 6 chairs, right? You have made 6 chairs, right? If this happens, if not each and every time it will happen, right? If this happens, that means you have achieved the synergy. That means that synergy means that 1 plus 1 should be greater than 2. Equal, generally it happens 1 plus 1 equal to 2, right? But if 1 plus 1 is greater than 2, then this is known as synergy effect. I mean to say that when the collective effort of the group members, right, that leads to better result than if you work independently, then it is known as synergy effect, right? So earlier in 2 hours, you used to make 4 chairs independently, separately. Now you're making in 2 hours 6 chairs. So again, this is 1 plus 1 greater than 2. So this should be the ultimate objective in creating any group. So if you're a manager, before making a group, you should be mindful whether bringing all the members together would yield to a greater result or not. Again, every time it will not happen. If it happens each and every time, then probably will not be worried about productivity. There might be certain challenges as well. What are the challenges once you bring two people together? What might be the challenges? This is the positive aspect we are looking. What are the other things? What are the negative aspects that might happen once you are bringing two people together? Tell me. What are the negative effects or what are the negative consequences that might happen? Or you should be ready as a manager to handle.
Maybe their uh, thought process are different. So
Exactly. Thought process might be different. So there will be difference in opinion, isn't it? Anything else?
Also, the environment will change dynamically, so we have to be prepared for that situation.
Hmm. So the interaction, right? The kind of work environment would change for both of them, right? So if this lady is working independently, if this lady was, working independently and you are asking them to work together, right? So not every time it does not happen 1 plus 1 greater than 2. Sometimes it might go negative as well. Because the moment they start working together, there might be difference in opinion, as you have said. There might be changes in work structure, right? This lady probably is a kind of independent lady. She does not work with anybody else. She does not like any kind of interfere. So in that case, she might resist, right? So in that case, sometimes it happens 1 plus 1, you are aiming greater than 2, and what has happened? 1 plus 1, it has come less than 2, not even equal to 2. Sometimes it happens, right? So that is why we need to be mindful before creating groups, right? Because in a team, everybody, once you make a team, people get interdependent, right? So as a manager, your target would be to achieve this synergy. Then only your formation of group would be successful. So that is the ultimate, that should be the ultimate motto, right? To achieve the synergy effect. All right, so yeah, we are talking about this thing, formal group and informal group. I told you about committees, right? So again, different committees are created by management for different purpose. There could be advisory committee, as I told you, audit committee, grievance committee, right? There could be task force as well, right? To solve, different problem or might be for investigation. So similarly, there is a popular uh, term that is quality circle, right? So what is quality circle? So these are the members, a number of people, they come together, right? And they address the quality issues. And the idea was basically conceived by Professor Ishikawa. So actually, he is known as father of quality circle, right? And he had developed as well cause and effect, diagram. Also, it is known as fishbone diagram, right? So what is his idea is probably he was more on concentrated towards the, production facility, so and so forth, right? So what is his main idea is once you face any problem, you should go to the root, right? You should go to the root to the problem and try to address it. Do not address the symptoms. For example, if you suffer from fever, your objective should not be to reduce the temperature. No, it is not a long-term, I mean to say solution. You should diagnose, you should try to understand why this fever has occurred, right? And you need to go to the root and then you need to address the problem. Similarly, in organization, if something goes wrong, for example, sales are not happening, you're not increasing. Probably the investors are not investing, right, in company, right? Probably from market continuously company management are getting complaint with regard to quality, right? Probably in production, there are frequent, breakdown. So these are the problems. So you should not only address the problem or the symptoms only. You need to go to the root cause. Why this breakdown is happening? Why we are getting complaint from the market? Why we are getting complaint from the customers? What is the main cause, right? So you need to go to the root. Then only you can, I mean to say, give a long-term solution. So what they do in companies, more specifically in production or manufacturing company, if you have experience, if you visit, you'll find this type of, team are very active. They will meet on weekly basis. They will try to find out the solution, right? Identifying the problem. Then they give solution to the management. So if management think that the solutions are worthy or feasible solutions, so they implement it. So this is about quality circle, right? Okay, so these are all formal groups. Now, informal group, we all have experience. We all have friend circle, right? We all have friend. Uh, we come together. We share certain activities. Might be playing cricket. Might be playing, something else. Might be watching movies, right? So these are informal group. But you should not underestimate the power of informal group in organizational point of view, organizational context. The reason being, most of the cases, right, uh, in informal group, if management can handle or exploit informal group in a better way, they can run organization quite effectively and efficiently. Why? The reason being, in formal group communication takes place very slow, right? Probably mail or something, some other channel. So which is very slow, right? But informal group, every informal group, they hold a lot of information, might be important information everywhere it happens, right? Uh, they hold a lot of information. If management can exploit these, I mean to say, can nurture this, group in a better way, then they can run the organization better, right? So most common informal group would be interest group. Based on interest, people might find group, right? I will see uh, most of the cases, whosoever friend you have common interest, right? If not common interest, at least common thought process you have. That is why you have come together, right? You see? So everywhere, every time in subconscious mind, we think lot many things which we may not be aware of, right? Similarly, you might have friendship group. There might be cliques. That means which is known as very small group, right? There might be sub cliques in organization as well. But uh, now the question comes, of course, why people join group together. Uh, so basically, people join group in organizations. We all have come across this particular story. There was an old man. He was about to, uh, you know, die. He knew that his time has come, and he called his all sons, right, and gave one sticks. So everybody broke that particular stick. Then he gave all the sticks. He just bind it with a rope, and he gave their his son, and nobody could break the bundle, right? So that was the what was the moral of the story. In childhood, we all have across this. That is, unity is power. So when people join group, they feel empowered, they feel secure, right? If they're in a group, so they feel they're in a kind of comfort zone, right? Somebody is there to save them, right? If anything happens. So this is what they think. So each and every time it does not happen in organizational setting, but at least psychologically we feel empowered, right? So that is why we join group, first thing first. Second thing is that your esteem goes high. For example, if you have a uh, team in your, in your organization, for example, sports committee, right? For example, grievance committee. So once you become a part of this committee, right, you feel your esteem goes high. I'm a part of this committee. So your self-esteem goes high, right? You share your status. So this is another reason people also join group. And of course, people join group to achieve their goal quite effectively and efficiently, right? All right. Yes, you have any question? Do you have any question with regard to this thing? So if you have any question, you can ask.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I am telling that how through self-team we can increase our capacity in work. This part, can you once again explain?
Your voice is coming breaking. Your voice is breaking. What you exactly were saying?
Sir, now I am audible.
Yeah.
Sir, I am telling that this steam pass, can you explain me means how we can increase our self-esteem in work, which you have told to?
No. A self-esteem, it is not how to increase. This is not exactly, it works opposite. So that your self-esteem increases, right? You feel like your self-esteem will increase. That is why you join a group, right? For example, if today, if you get an opportunity to be a part of Indian cricket team, how would you feel? So if you have this particular capability, for example, if you're a good batsman, right? Uh, if for example, you have been selected for a kind of district level cricket team, right? So your self-esteem goes high. So you share your status with your friends, that I'm a kind of, every time people does not say like this, but somewhere we, at our background, we think, I'm a part of this thing, right? This particular, district cricket team, or something state cricket team, something like that. So your self-esteem basically goes high, right?
सर एक बार आपका कैमरा चेक कर सकते हैं सर
कल हुआ भी नहीं ना तो आज अगर अगर अपलोड हो जाता है वहां पे तो मैं वेंडर को भेज देता हूँ
अच्छा,
फिर तुम सब
now is it visible?
yes sir visible
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, in organizations, we are talking about, formal group in informal group, right? In organization, uh, there might be different other kind of groups as well, right? For example, a few group you would find apathetic group. Few group you'll find erratic group, right? Few group you'll find strategic groups. Few groups fall under the category of conservative group. For example, mostly you will find that those who are kind of unskilled workers, right? Mostly they work in extreme conditions, probably they do not have much skill, right? Manual work they are doing, right? uh, so most of the cases what we find is that becomes, they become a kind of easy target for the management to exploit, right? Why? The reason being, uh, they do not have that much of, I mean to say, thought process most of the cases, right? Probably will not find that kind of leader who will lead them, right? So they work kind of individually, right? Uh, so it becomes very, easy to exploit them, easy to, command them, right? Uh, People, most of the cases will find that management, they, direct them with some kind of fear, wage cut, salary cut, something like that, right? So this is one kind of group you'll find in organizations, mostly again in service sector. It is difficult to find, but in manufacturing or production sector, you'll find these kind of groups, right? Second kind of group you'll find, that is erratic group. So they are bit kind of semi-skilled workers, right? And you'll see that there would be certain leaders, those who have little bit of knowledge about the operation, right? And most of the cases you will find that they're very, why it is known as erratic. they can be, sometimes they act very quickly. For example, if they need any kind of salary hike or management, if management exploits, they'll quickly arrange a kind of, strike, protest, right? Easily they will enraged, right? So that is why this is known as erratic group, right? Easily they will be, enraged. They will go for, they will sit for a strike. But again, on the other hand, this is comparatively easier to make them cool, right? So this is erratic group. Another group you'll find mostly those who are educated worker, right? Uh, Probably working at the first level of management, lower management level, probably supervisors, right? So supervisor onwards, you'll find them, they are in strategic, they take strategic approach. If they need something, probably, very slowly, systematically, they will put pressure on management. So they'll take strategy, systematically, they will put pressure on management, right? They'll put pressure on other groups. They'll start exploiting other group very systematically way, right? So that is why this is known as strategic group. And few group will find those who are highly skilled, those who have extreme power to regulate, they're very conservatives, right? So they are conservative group. The reason being, you'll find such a kind of people in organization. They probably don't care about what others are, doing. For example, you'll find some people in organization, if they don't like, they'll leave the organization. They'll not put any pressure to change the system, something like that. They will just simply leave it, right? So they take a very conservative, they'll neither act or they'll try to put pressure on management, neither strategic way, not in erratic way, right? So they'll leave. So these kind of groups up there exist, in organizations. So as a manager, you need to identify which group you are interacting with, whether they fall under the apathetic group, whether they fall under the erratic group, right? Whether they fall under the strategic group or conservative group. So strategic, handling the strategic group is very, very challenging. You do not know their next move as a manager. They'll take strategic approach to, create pressure on you, right? Okay. Now, if this is clear, uh, this is something again interesting, that is theories of group formation. We have discussed about, theories of motivation. Similarly, we have theories of group formation as well, right? So there are again a lot of research. So few behavioral scientists, they have given some theories, right, about how group forms. So who remembers what are the theories we have discussed in theories of motivation? Who can say what are the theories we have discussed? Let me check. How many types of theories in motivation? What are the different types of theories? Or at least who can say few names?
So Maslow's need hierarchy therapy was there.
Maslow's hierarchy need theory. All right.
Rosberg's motivation theory was there.
Herzberg theory, motivation theory. Very good. Next. Only two we have discussed.
MC Callan's theories.
McLeod's need theory was there.
Exactly. Anything else? Bus.
Beerum's theory of expectancy.
Exactly. Rome's theory of expectancy.
Goal settings theory.
Goal setting theory. Very good. Any other?
Adams equity theory.
Sorry?
Adams equity theory.
Equity theory. Exactly. Equity theory. So we have discussed about XY theory, uh, you know, equity theory, Maslow's hierarchy need theory, so and so forth. So these theories, fall under two categories. What were the categories? Who can say? We had already discussed what are the theory, what are the categories? Two kind,
Content theories and process theories.
very good. Content theory and process theory. So how these two theories are different? Content theory, what content theory talks about and what process theory talks about in motivation?
The content theories talks about that Marshall's adequacy of needs. Means self-actualization, self-esteem status,
No,
realization of
Maslow's hierarchy need falls under content theory. I'm asking what is the characteristics of content theory? Why content, this is few theories that comes under content theory. What is it? How content theories are different from process theories?
which is related to sociology.
What is the key difference? So from the nomenclature itself, you can understand. You just go through the, think about the names. One is content theory, another one is process theory.
So, content theory was basically that was for to motivate people like their basic name, fame, and safety and all that. And process theory was how people should get motivated, by about their say goals or rewards or recognition.
Mhm. Basically, content theory talks about what motivates. What are the factors of motivation, right? What? So it focuses on what factor. That is why it is known as content. Which content means which factors are motivating, right? We are talking about Maslow's hierarchy need, right? We are talking about certain factors, isn't it? We are talking about, uh, you know, Macklin's need theory, right? Uh, so we are talking about certain factors, but in process theory, we talk about how motivation occurs. Right? What is the process of motivation? How motivation occurs? Right. So similarly, anyway, so we did a little bit recapitulation. That is good. Now let us try to understand about the theories of group formation. So similarly, we have certain theories. This is one of the uh, most, you can say simple yet relevant theory, which is known as propinquity theory. What is it? Propinquity theory. All right. So what is about propinquity theory? This theory just observe, just you remember your friends, whosoever friend you have. So most of the cases probably will find in 90% cases, at least 80% cases to confirm, you'll find that whosoever friend you have, either in school or in college or right now in your organization, if you're working, probably you were close to each other. I mean to say, close means I'm talking about the distance, right? Proximity. Probably your sitting, chair was next to your, friend, right? In school, probably you used to sit next to your friend. or probably your department was very close to your friend's department, right? And that is how you have created friendship, right? So this theory is basically, you know, I mean to say based on geographical proximity, right? So you can see this is hey neighbor. Uh, Basically, if you study, for example, if you're working in an organization, right? You're from a marketing department, so you're a marketing guy, right? And this is the marketing department, right? And this is where quality control. This is probably QC department, right? Quality control department. And somewhere here, probably manufacturing department. So manufacturing people like engineers, they sit, right? So what this theory says, there would be more probability to create group among the members of this marketing department and quality control department. The reason being they are geographically, very close to each other. Then the probability of creating a informal group of codes with the manufacturing department, right? That means with other engineers. So it happens everywhere, right? The moment we are geographically close to each other, probably every day you are looking the same face, you're doing hi hello. So from hi hello probably you can start saying so let us go for a coffee, let us go for you might go for lunch together, right? So this is propensity theory. This is one theory that the behavioral scientists that have those who have given. Another theory is again very interesting. That is Women's theory. Uh, Again, if you just think from practical point of view, you would find this theory interesting as well, and it has happened with you at any moment in your life, right? So what Homans is suggesting is that, for example, there is a person A, right? There is a person B, right? There is a person A and there is a person B. So what happened? So you have joined this department and B has also joined in this department, right? And your manager has given a task. You did not know each other before, but now what is it? As because management wants you to work together, you'll have to work together. You do not have any choice, right? So probably you have started working together. You might be doing anything. You might be in marketing department, HR department, financial things you might be doing. You might be doing, engineering stuffs. That doesn't matter. Probably you are working together. What woman has observed is he's saying the more activity you will be sharing, means you are working together, you are sharing activities all together, you will be having more interactions. Yes, quite for sure, which is common, right? The more activity you will be sharing together, you'll be having more interaction. Few interactions with related to your work, few interactions would be related to your something else, but you will be having interactions first. The more interactions you will be having, you will be having more sentiments. See, The more it has happened with you. You just remember your situation. It has happened with you as well. In school, college, in some other places, right? Even with in your organization. Probably you started working together. You shared interactions. And the moment you're sharing more interactions, you will be having more sentiments. That means that you are getting psychologically dependent on each other. So first, the interactions probably will start with professional interactions, which related to the work only profession. Then the more interactions you are sharing, you have started talking about your friends, your families, your likings, your dislikings, your your past things that has happened with you, right? That means what is happening here is you are sharing your sentiment. Nobody told you to say about your family. Your management did not ask you to share your past things that has happened with you, right? Probably you have started sharing your likings, dislikings. Your management did not ask you to do so, but it has happened. It will happen. Quite for sure it will happen. So from professional to personal interaction, right? That means you are getting psychologically dependent. Again, the more sentiment you will be sharing, that means more psychologically you will be dependent on each other. You will be sharing other set of activities. Here you will ask, sir, how other set of activities? All right, I'm giving you example. So you have started working. You are having interactions. You are getting psychologically, dependent. Then you are asking, what? All right, let us go for a cup, coffee. Let us go outside. Today, we are not liking this lunch, right? So let us go outside. We'll have from this restaurant, right? So gradually, another set of activities. Nobody asked you to go for lunch outside. Did management ask you? No, but you are doing it. Why? Because you have become psychologically dependent, and this psychological dependency is leading to another set of activities. Probably you might ask your colleague what you are doing this weekend. Why not to go for a trip? Again, you're sharing another set of activities. Getting my point? So it started with activities, led to interactions, leading to another sentiment, another set of activities, and what is crazy all about is the more activities you will be sharing, again, more interactions you'll be having. For example, you have gone for a kind of weekend trip, another set of interactions is happening with you, with your friend. And that interaction is leading to another set of sentiments. Another set of sentiments is leading to another kind of activities. So this bond will get stronger and stronger until and unless other forces comes and interfere. Right? So this is Homan's theory. This is how group formed. And you just remember it has happened with you as well. Right? So is it clear? Homan's theory? So it's a kind of cyclical process that goes on. Okay, got it? Yes or no?
Sir, again, can you repeat this part?
Sorry?
Sir, I am asking that can you repeat for me this part, Homer's theory? I didn't got it properly.
Okay, what I'm saying is women's theory has three components basically: activity, interaction, and sentiment. What Homans has suggested from his observation and investigation is it starts with activities probably. So the more activity you and your friend will be sharing, more interaction will be happening. Right? If you and your friend, if your boss, if your manager give you certain task to do the work together, right? So more activities you'll be happy, you'll be having. So it will lead to more set of interactions. So you'll be interacting more. So again, this set of interactions will lead to sentiments. So you'll be psychologically dependent on each other, right? So the more sentiment would lead to another set of activities. So these are kind of cyclical process. Got it? So this is how a group is formed and group functions. Right. This is as per Human's theory. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Now, another theory we have, which has been given or proposed by, Theodore Newcomb. So what he has suggested is known as balance theory, right? What balance theory it again, it's a practical point of view. If you think, so there is a person A, suppose you, and there is a person B, might be your friend, right? Or who is supposed to be your friend. Probably you're not friend yet, right? I'm audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You are.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is an individual you, and this is your to be friend, right? So what he has suggested, both of you will create a group only when there would be a C. What is C here? C is denoted by common attitude and values, right? So if there is any common attitude and value, that is C, between you and your future friend, that is B, A and B, then only they will become friend. Otherwise not. So this is the first criteria to be a friend or to form a group. So what is C? The C might be related to lifestyle, probably A and B, you and your future friend, probably you share same lifestyle, probably you share same work, probably you share same authority. Sometimes religion also plays important role here, and sometimes political interest, right? So if you have any of the common attitude and values, then only you will become friend. Can you expect you, for example, a soft floor worker, right? A soft floor worker is is becoming a friend with the vice president of the company, VP of the company. Does it happen? No, it doesn't happen. It's very uncommon. Why? Because neither both of them share same lifestyle, right? You'll find your VP will come with Mercedes or something like that, and probably he doesn't have money to, purchase a car yet, four-wheeler. So there is no question to share similar lifestyle, similar work, similar. They share different authority, right? So there is very less probability, very less probability they will become friend. It does not happen. Yes, this vice president might become a friend of another vice president or CEO of other company. The reason being they share similar kind of, authority, or they might be having similar lifestyle as well, right? So you might find vice president of X company is a friend of CEO or vice president of Y company, again, there should be another criteria. This XY company should not be a competitor, right? Then if they're the competitors, then definitely there is no question they will become friend. But if this company is operating in different, industry, if this company is operating in different, industry, so there is a higher probability they'll become friend. Or else this worker who is working at a shop floor, he will become friend with other colleague who is working together, right? A manager, for example, a marketing manager, right, would become a friend with the finance manager. The reason being, they are probably sharing the same authority, same kind of lifestyle they will be having, right? So you just remember, whosoever friend you have, it all started with a kind of mutual, common attitude or values. Probably you are an artist and your friend is also an artist. You are a singer, your friend is also a singer, or at least has interest in singing, or I mean to say art, and you have come together, right? You have created a group. So it all starts with a common interest, right? Now, what's next? This is not all. So once they come together, mostly it happens in relationship as well. So you and your partner, probably you have come together based on your mutual interest, might be any based on any mutual interest, right? So once you come together, what happens? A kind of balanced situation both of you try to maintain, right? A symmetrical balance you try to maintain. Your partner also try to maintain. Your friend is also, trying to maintain. If there is any kind of imbalance occurs, so attempts are made from each of the, sides to restore the balance, right? So basically, whatever our relationship is, it might be relationship with your partner, it might be relationship with your friend, relationship with your parents, so and so forth. Mostly in case that if we have created a group with a common interest and values, so we all are struggling to find this balanced situation, balanced situation, consciously and unconsciously. We all are struggling to find this balanced situation, right? Probably you're not feeling good. You try to have a discussion with your friend. Again, you are trying to compromise. The reason being, probably your friend is doing something else, some other important work. So what you are doing, you're trying to compromise so that there is a balanced maintain. You don't want to interfere your friend's job or schedule. And that is why even if you're not feeling that good, probably you are not calling him or her or something like that. The reason being you want the balance to be maintained. Now, if imbalance occurs, what happens? From both of the sides, at least for whom the imbalance has occurred, he tries to, you know, take the steps so that again this balanced situation comes. Right. But unfortunately, if none of them can restore the balance again, the relationship dissolves. The group is dissolved then. That is why this is known as balance theory. So what is the gist of the story? If you just find it, if you just think deeply, we all are struggling for this balanced point. It might be in your home, it might be with your partner, it might be with your friend, it might be with your colleague, it might be with your boss, right? So we all are trying to, maintain a balance so that this imbalance situation does not occur. But if we fail to maintain the balance, even if we try to maintain the balance, if we fail, then group is dissolved. The relationship is dissolved. This is known as balance theory, which has been given by Theodore Newcomb. And still this theory is very relevant. The reason being, if you think practical point of view, it works. It happens in the same way, the way it has been, explained in this particular theory, it happens. Every time it is happening with us. Right? Yes, if you have any question, you can ask. Just give me 1 minute, I'm coming back. In the meantime, if you have any question, you can note it down and you can ask me. Yes, any question do you have? All right. I'm audible clearly. Okay. Now the next thing, which is again an important dimension in group dynamics is stages of group development, right? So there are uh, predominantly 5 stages which have been, I mean to say that identified. What are the stages are basically known as forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Right. So what exactly is mean by this thing, forming, norming, storming, performing, and adjourning is uh, if we try to explain how a group is developed. So for example, if there is a particular project, right? And there is a particular project that has to be completed within 60 days, for example, 60 days, right? So there is a project, 60 days, and 10 people have been assigned for this particular job, right? 10 employees or 10 people have been, assigned. Now, what happens the moment these 10 people would come together, right? So this is a very pre-stage. They have been recruited or they have been assigned the task by the management, right? So they are in this stage of forming, or you can say pre-forming. They do not know probably what they're going to do, or uh, gradually after 1 or 2 days or after a kind of induction program, they got to know why they are here, probably uh, for this particular project, to complete this particular project. So there is very unclear purpose, right? And once they come together, the management will share their opinion or something like that. So they will be having very little agreement with each other, right? So this is known as forming stage, because nobody uh, probably they have very little trust on each other, right? They have little agreement on each other. Like now, once this is after few days, what will happen? They will enter into the storming stage. So what happens here after few days? They will try to struggle for power, right? Among these 10 people, they will struggle for power. The reason being, who would be the leader? We know the informal leaders, right? Would be the leader. Few would be in dominating nature, right? So conflict will arise. Few will try to, dominate others. So kind of power struggle will come, right? The situation would be very tensed, right? But at the same time, what happens? Gradually, there would be clarity and purpose. Why they're here, what they are expected to do, right, for this particular project. So in this case, what they need is they need coaching. So after a few days, you'll see the group is entering into norming stage. So now this power struggle is over. Everybody is clear about their roles and responsibilities, right? They have agreement and consensus, right? So this is norming stage. After a few days, what happens? Gradually, they'll enter into performing stage. Now they're in actual, I mean to say action mode actively. They have now clear vision and purpose. They're focusing on their goal achievement, right? They have all, they know what they are expected to do. The members know what they are expected to do, right? So they are in performing stage. Got my point? So once this performing stage is done, that means that once this project is over, probably they have achieved the target. So the group will go towards the adjourning stage. The reason being, probably they had only 2 months to complete the project. So probably they have completed the project. So there will be task completion, feeling of achieve something, right? There should be recognition from management, and gradually the group will disperse, right? So this is how uh, particular group goes through. Like this is a kind of, you can say, life journey. This is a kind of journey of a particular group, right? Which is not permanent in nature, right? So forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. From here also, you can expect MCQ question. For example, I can give you arrange it in a proper manner, right? I may give you this is uh, forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. I may reshuffle these points, stages, and I may ask you which is the uh, you know the appropriate sequence of group development. Got my point? So this is how also group is developed, right? All right, so this is what I wanted to discuss with you with regard to the group development. It is your turn. You might have some questions. All right. So if you have any question, you can ask. Yes, Neville, Neha, Ishan, Jessica, Razdeep, any question you have?
No, sir.
Is all fine?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Clear. All right, now let us do something. We have time, half an hour. So let us do something interesting again. Is I will show you some pictures and you are expected to you can't see my screen, right? Yeah. Are you all there? Then only I'll do this activity, otherwise not. Yes, please
Yes,
raise
sir.
your hand.
Yes, sir.
Those
Yes,
who are
sir.
active, please raise your hand.
Yes, sir, we are.
Thank you. I can see only 2 hands, 3 hands, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. Others, what about others? Yes. Yes, yes. Others. Okay. All right. So just give me 1 minute. Uh, I'll show you some pictures, and based on these picture, you're supposed to, you know, you need to write it on the chat box. Okay. Just a second. All right, so let us start. I'm sharing my screen. What you can see right now?
Click here.
What you can see right now?
Blank white screen.
Blank screen, right? Thank you. All right. So where's the rule of this game is you need to, I'll show some pictures. Picture would be active for 5 seconds on the screen, and you need to write the thing that you have seen first, right? For example, if I show you any picture, so whatever you have observed the very first, that is what you need to write it on chat box, right? So that's the rule of this game, right? So on first I'll see so more number of responses I'll get, that is good, right? I'll see that who are active at least, right? All right. So are you there ready for this? Should I start? Only 5 seconds you'll be having. Should I start?
Yes, sir.
One,
Yes, sir.
2, 3, start. One. So this is the first picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. You write it down, what you have seen. What you have seen. Let's see who has written down. 7 people. Right. I got from Astha, Neha, Jessica, Rajdeep, Rajni, Vansika, Neville. Okay. Any other? Vimal? Yes. Yes, Girija, I can see. All right. I'm waiting for other responses. Make it fast, make it fast. Then only I'll show you. So this was the picture, right? This was the picture. Would anybody tell me what are the, okay, I can check. Right, let me give it a, yeah. So few of you are saying about, where is it? Very difficult, yeah. So few of you are saying crocodile and sheep, alligator face, sheep with 2%. Now you need to write down what you have seen first, not the entire picture. Okay. A lone boat sailing in the stray night. Okay, a sheep and the heartbeats, crocodile and a sheep. What you have seen at first.
Crocodile.
That is what is the rule of the game, right? That's the rule. So you'll have to see. Yeah, of course, I can see. If I give you time, you can see a crocodile, alligator face or crocodile face, right? You might see heartbeat or something like that. A boat is sailing, or typically, 2 person are, in this particular boat, right? If I give you ample time, you will create a story from that. That I know, that creativity you have. Somebody would like this, say these are the hills, right? These are the reflections in water. Lot many things would happen, right? But predominantly, you need to just think what exactly you have seen at the first. All right, ready for the result? Ready for the result?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what is the result now is if you saw the crocodile first, that means the alligator face, those who are saying, so this is the result. So you just go through. So if you have seen the crocodile face first, then there is a higher probability that you tend to focus on the bigger picture, but you sometimes overlook the small details. And more specifically, you are practical and cautious, and you try to avoid risk and new experiences. But if you have seen the boat first, then it is a kind that there's a high probability that you have a very keen eye. You go to the small details, right? You are very kind of creative and unique, and you can do small or minute observations as well. See, both has strength and weaknesses, right? It's not like that. If somebody has seen the crocodile, it is their strong area, they can see the bigger picture, but sometimes they miss the small detail. Again, those who have seen the boat at the first, most of the cases, they are very focused on a very, I mean to say very small details, but sometimes they miss the bigger picture, what is going to happen, right? Sometimes they miss. So again, this is your brain, how you have developed your brain or you have programmed your brain. That depends on you. All right, next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, write it down what you have seen. Make it fast, make it fast. I'm showing the picture once again. So what are the things are visible? Would I get some responses? How many of you have? What are the things are visible predominantly? Am I audible? Yeah. So you have written, you have finished your writing. Let me check. Only 5. 2 people. Inside curtain, 2 people. It's curtain. Okay, 2 person, shadow, or 2 people. All right, 2 people, 2 person, chase. 2 people, 2 people, chase. Okay. Okay. So let me just explain it. If you have seen, again, ready for the result? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you have seen the pillars first, so predominantly we can see a few, though few have seen chase as well, which is not wrong. But predominantly we can see this is either pillar or 2 people. You can see 2 person, right? 2 person facing each other. You can concentrate on this black, spot. But if you concentrate on these white spots, so you'll see the pillars first. So if you have seen the pillars first, what is your personality is basically you prefer to comfort and security, but you need to break, of your comfort zone to achieve the bigger goals, right? You tend to predominantly dream more about your goal, which is good. Again, I'm not saying if you do not dream, if somebody does not dream even, then how you'll think about this particular thing, right? But at the same time, you need to act as well on this particular thing. Dreaming is very, very good. I mean to say that somebody uh, was dreaming about going to moon, and that is why this is possible. We are, we can, this is possible. But you dream a lot, you need to act accordingly, which you are doing, but you need to do more. But if you have seen people at the very first, then you are a kind of free spirit. I mean to say that you basically a kind of adventure lover, and you rarely find life boring because you find your own way. You are curious, basically. You are very mindful, right? But you need to be very, very careful with this and adventure and curiosity and all. You should not lost in your goal, right? That is what is the as per the observation, right? Okay, so this is what I'll not ask you to write. I'm not asking you to write. Just observe it and be very, just observe it. What is it? What are the things are visible? Who can say?
Girl, girl face with hairs.
Girl face with hairs, right? And
Ele
any other
elephant face.
elephant face?
And
Any other?
the man face on back. Some old man and
Hmm.
maybe his
Old
voice.
man face.
Old
Old
man.
man face.
Old
Yeah.
man face with a big mustache.
Nah, big monsters, right? So initially,
Maybe his voice.
initially you if you are seeing this picture the first time, probably you will struggle. If you have seen the girl first, you'll struggle to find the old man. And if you have seen the old man first, you'll struggle to find the girl. If you're seeing the picture the first, this is the first time. Probably few of you are still confused whether the is the old man either or the girl, right? So let me just help you. So this is the girl's, what do you call,
Eyebrow.
like nose? Yeah, eyebrows and nose, and this is the face, right?
Chin.
And yeah, cheek, yeah. So, and this is the old man's, nose you can find, and this is the old man's eye, right? And this is the mustache, right? Now, what is the result? If you have seen the old man first, you are basically sensitive and empathetic and creative, right? And mostly you are more towards about your creativity, right? But if you have seen the women first, basically you are very calculated and thoughtful, right? You are very practical and a kind of cold-hearted, right? The meaning is that in one hand we are talking about creativity, in one hand we are talking about calculative, steps, right? Analytic steps, right? Again, this is something which is uh, I'll not say that you have strengths and weaknesses because both comes with strength and weaknesses. The reason being, again, we need creative person in our society as well, and we need analytical person in our society as well, right? Now, next challenge is this. This is what you can write. What you can write. Only write what you have seen first. Only write what you have seen first. Okay. So what are the things that are visible? Who can say? Let's see. Who can?
Binoculars.
Sorry?
Binoculars.
Binoculars.
Car,
A
A
black
black
cap.
car. A
black
car.
car,
Yeah, binocular car. Anything else?
Like cap. Head cap. Man with the
Ah,
black cap.
sorry?
Hand. Man with the black cap.
Man with the black cap. Okay.
Hand holding the binoculars.
Hand holding the binoculars. Very good.
And a road.
And a road. Okay. Anything else we have found?
Black cap. Black coat also.
Hmm. Any other thing?
The road also looks like the face of the man.
Hmm. Definitely. So this is a one set of picture. One is saying car. One is saying man, right? With cap, binocular, and the face looks like a road. Anything else you can identify? Anybody else has identified? Sorry?
A
I'm,
monkey.
I'm not getting what?
A monkey.
Monkey.
Yeah, I saw a monkey face.
Sure. Okay. Anything
Sir,
else?
a man is inside the car. He's looking with binoculars and
Hmm.
finding something.
Finding something. Any other response?
Sir, one red dot on the yellow side of the. I don't know if it's green.
That is my mouse.
Sorry, sir. I thought
That
that
is my,
red dot
no,
is
no,
not
that is my
moving.
mouse cursor so that I can write. Okay, good observation. Very minute observation.
It's either a monkey or an owl. I'm not sure. What it is.
Okay. Let me conclude it. Uh, Basically, I can, you will see uh, a car. These are set of observation. A car, right? A man with a binocular looks like a kind of detective or Sherlock Holmes, right? And another thing I was expecting, but as of now, you might have observed, but you did not say, which is very uncommon though. But I was expecting that answer. Anyway, let me just go to the result. If you have seen the car first, right? So your brain is programmed in such a way that you value freedom and love for traveling and adventure. Again, I'm telling about if you have seen the car at first, not the entire picture, right? You want to live your life at your own pace, right? And you feel like what feels you natural. You want to lead your life in a naturally. Again, I'm not astrologer. This is not astrology. We are talking about from the perspective of personality, right? It's not like that right now you are traveling a lot. No, it might not happen. Probably you want to travel a lot, but your situation does not permit you. It might also happen, but your brain is programmed in such a way. Another observation, a man with binocular, if you have seen this at first instead of car, that means again, you're a very analytical person and you can focus on the bigger picture. You have this capability, but whether you exploit this, your capability or not, or to what extent you use your capability, that is another issue. But if you have seen the man with binocular, you have this capability, you are analytical and you can see the bigger picture, right? And you're a quick visual learner, right? That is your strength. Another thing which might you have observed, not minutely I was expecting, there is an letter which you are denoting. Can you find a letter over
A.
here? Exactly. So there is a letter called A, right? Few might visualize this at first as well. I have got responses previously as well. So few have observed instead of binocular with man and car, they have observed A at first. If you are one of those, then you are you have very sharp attention. You have very sharp attention to the detail and strong intuition you have, right? And you can notice the subtle things what others might miss. And this is what has exactly happened here as well. This is a uh, practical example. Most of us, we are talking about car, man with binocular, but uh, we did not think that there is a letter A. So which is very rare, which is very rare. If you have this, if you have observed this, you have very rare capability. You just go on and, you know, uh, do your job right. You exploit your capability, you use your capability because you have a very sharp attention to the detail, right? All right. The last thing I would, just traced with you. For this, I need to do one thing. So to what extent you can, I mean to say that just a second. Screen is outside. You can't see my screen now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now I'll show you a picture. So instead of what you are observing, you need to write that this is what you need to write. You need to write what color you're observing. What color?
Sir, white and bullet.
You write it, write it, write it. What is the color of the dress? So some a kind of a small part of the dress is visible in the picture, and I mean to say that you need to uh, write on the color of this picture. I mean to say the dress. So let's see what are the responses I can get. Okay, chat. Okay. Blue, black. Blue and black, fear saying blue and gray, white and brown, teal blue, black and blue, light blue, shirt with blue and black stripes, blue and black. Dikshita is writing a few people observe blue and black, and while others can see gold and white. Why? Small part of white and golden. Rainbow. My goodness. Blue and brown. Okay. Just keep on writing. Those who have not written yet, keep on writing. So this is what is the subject in front of you. So the funniest part is few are observing it as black and blue combination and few are observing it as a white and golden combination. Now again, I do not know any black magic, believe me. This is something which is very much psychological in nature. If you are observing blue and black, there is a very less chance that you will see these golden and white. And if you're observing it in golden and white combination, there is a very less chance you will see it blue and black. Right? So either of them are thinking what nonsense others are saying, but which is spatially true. There is no trick involved over here. Nothing. It is not kind of a picture that I'm changing. Nothing is happening. It's a kind of still picture that in front of you. Now, if ready for the result.
Yes, sir.
So if you have seen blue and black combination, right? Few of you have seen white and golden combination, right? So the result is if you have seen blue and black combination, you are a kind of creative person. Your right brain is much more active, right? But if you have seen white and golden combination, your left brain is much more active. That means you are an analytical person. By nature, your brain is programmed in such a way. You know, our brain has, I'm not going into the detail of this medical science, but you have seen our brain picture. It is basically divided in two hemispheres. So whatever decisions or thinking we take, both has contribution. So if it happens that you're a right brain person, probably it might happen that your right brain is taking most of the decision, 60%, and the left brain is taking 40%, right? Or either of the way, this brain is probably taking 65% decision, left brain, and 35%. Either of the way is possible. So the thing is, if you're a right brain person, you're creative, you are artistic, you are creation, you have feeling, you can imagine better than others, you have intuition. If you are left brain person, you are basically a very analytical person. You move by facts, math, you like training, rigorous training, you like ideas, feasible ideas, and you talk about logic. Now, if you ask me question, sir, who is better than whom? Again, this question itself is nonsense because our society requires not only Einstein, but also Rabindranath Tagore, but also Shakespeare, right? The reason being, we need both creativity and analytical person in our society. This is not like that somebody is better than other. It's not like that, right? We need artistic person. Again, we need analytical person. Then only in society, there would be a balance. Otherwise, if we have only creative person, no analytical person, then we'll not be able to move forward. And again, if we have only create analytical person, no feelings for others or some very less feeling, then also that is very destructive for the society, right? So this is what I wanted to discuss with you. Hope you like this activity. Right now, you think which kind of person you are, why I have done this activity. The reason being, I wanted next day we'll talk about personality, right? So this is few, with this funny activity, I wanted to start this particular topic, but today we do not have time. Next day, we'll talk about personality. So by then, please take care. Bye-bye. I'll take your leave. Thank you so much for your active participation. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ciao, biscuits.